This is Biblical Tarot, and I'm back with another video. God's Spirit moves me, and when it moves me, I go where it takes me, like following the blowing wind. I ride his algorithm, and it takes me where the information he wants me to know is. Well, today he moved my spirit to the Five of Cups. I went scrying into the card, gazing into that man's black cloak. At first glance, though, this card looks very depressing, and it is. And that's okay. But I'm finding it is more than just a depressing card. The first thing I notice is the man's cape or mantle. It gives me the Darth Vader energy of the dark side. The second thing I notice is the Five Cups on the card. It makes me think of the 5 cups of wine during the Passover Seder meal. During that meal, an adult participant is to drink 4 cups of wine at certain times during the Seder dinner, with blessings said for each cup. It's done in remembrance of Israel's redemption during the Exodus in the Bible. The last and 5th cup is to remain on the table for the prophet Elijah when he returns. Every year, most Jewish observers drink 4 glasses of wine and leave the 5th remaining cup for the prophet to return with the announcement of the Messiah, that he is coming. The 4 cups of redemption. God uses 4 expressions of redemption in describing the exodus from Egypt, the birth of a nation. The 4 stages of redemption are in Exodus 6:6-7. It's the 4 I wills. The first cup is for Kiddush or Kadush, or however the Jews say it. I will take you. The second cup is for Majid. I will save you. And the third cup is for Birkat Hamazon, and that is, I will redeem you. And the fourth cup is for Hillel, and that is, I will take you as a nation. So I guess now we can go further into the prophet Elijah and the 5th cup that is left for him to return. Elijah's name means my power is Yahweh, or my God is Yahweh. The 5s on the tree of life are Gavor, which means severity. On the tree of life, that is God's left hand, which is strength and justice. And we talk about it all the time. Now, to understand who Elijah was, his arch nemesis was none other than the Phocinian princess, who became queen of Israel, queen of the house of Israel, by marrying King Ahab. Her name was Jezebel. Jezebel brought her gods with her when she married Ahab. Baal was her god, and she was a high priestess of Baal. She influenced the king of Israel, or the king of the house of Israel, because that's a difference, and she got the prophets of Israel to serve her gods. And God sent Elijah to deliver his messages to King Ahab about how wicked him and Jezebel had become. To further understand what Elijah was dealing with, here is a scripture to explain the couple. 1 Kings 21:25. But there was none like to Ahab, which did sell himself to work wickedness in the sight of the Lord, whom Jezebel his wife stirred up. So Jezebel, she began killing the prophets of Israel, and so God sent Elijah to give a contest against Baal's altar of sacrifice versus God's altar of sacrifice, to see who is the true God. And Elijah sacrificed a bull and set it up as an altar to God with 12 huge stones. And then he drenched it with water so that it would be even harder to light. So there's no funny business. When the Baal worshippers and the Baal priests, they would cut themselves and do all kind of ceremonies to get their sacrifice to light, but it wouldn't light. And Elijah laughed at them and, taunted them. But when Elijah took his sacrifice and he prayed to the Most High, it just lit up. It lit up and burnt. It was I think it was a bull. Yeah, I said it was a bull on it. But after that had happened and he had got the house of Israel to turn back to God, he told them to kill all 450 of the Baal's priests, of their high priests. So they got killed. And Jezebel found out and she was really, really angry. And she sent a message saying that she was going to kill Elijah. So when he found out that she was going to kill him, that put the fear in Elijah. And God told Elijah to go hide. Well, he went to a place called Cherith. I think that's how you say it, Cherith. It's the name of a stream where he went. God would send crows to feed him there because there was a big drought in the land. And so Elijah became very, very depressed. And he went into a cave and would not come out. He would just sleep like depressed people do. And God sent an angel to him to wake him and to feed him. And he did it twice because that's what depressed people do. He went back to sleep. And he was very, sad and upset about Israel and them and how many of them died. And obviously, I'm pretty sure he was upset and depressed too because they had to put 450 people to death, That would depress me out too. So it takes me back to the figure in the Five of Cups. The figure in the Five of Cups is none other than the prophet Elijah. And I can further prove it to you because of his long black mantle. Elijah's mantle is a symbol in one of the Bible stories where Elijah is going up in a whirlwind with a chariot to heaven, and Elisha grabs a hold of his mantle, keeping his mantle, symbolizing that Elisha was to be the next in line as a prophet. So Elijah did go up in the whirlwind, and there is a lot of paintings and interpretations of Elijah going up in a chariot with his cloak being taken by Elisha. And the mantle or the cloak is a priestly vesture. Another symbol is the stream in the card. God told Elijah to go hide from Jezebel at Cherith. It was a place where there was a stream. Cherith means winter stream or stream. Crows fed Elijah there at the stream where he hid from Jezebel and where he was very depressed and wouldn't eat. The ultimate symbol is the number 5 on this card, and it corresponds to the 5th Sephirah, like I always say, because I've been doing cards surrounding the 5th Sephirah of the Tree of Life. And Elijah, he was the troubler of Israel. And that's how Ahab called him, the troubler of Israel, because he was bringing judgment and severity. Elijah's 5th cup sounds so sweet, when the cedar happens and they're leaving the cup, but it's really not sweet, at least not for the wicked, because it is judgment on the wicked. Elijah will come to announce the Messiah, and not the Messiah in his lambness, but the Messiah in his Lion of Judahness. Elijah never died. He went to heaven and became the archangel Sandalphon. He is the angel over Malkuth, which is the 10th Sephirah, which is the kingdom, and that's the earth. That's what it symbolizes. My next video, though, will go further on this, but it will be on Aleister Crowley's Thoth deck Atu number 11, which is the trump number 11, which is lust / strength. And I will show you how it ties into this card.